Welcome to the Luxury Listing Specialist Podcast with Michael LaFido, where top luxury agents reveal their best practices, plus interviews with real estate industry influencers, thought leaders, and luxury marketing experts. You'll come away from each episode with new strategies and tactics to dominate high-end homes in any market. And now for the latest episode of Luxury Listing Specialist. Here's your host, luxury real estate expert, coach, and trainer, Michael LaFido.
Welcome back, everybody. Michael LaFido. Welcome to the Luxury Listing Specialist podcast. I'm your host, Michael LaFido, founder of the Lux designation, Luxury Listing Specialist. And before I introduce our guest, just a couple reminders. If you're getting value from this podcast or previous podcast, please leave us a like, leave us a review. Just like if you do a great job for a buyer or seller, you sometimes have to ask for that recommendation. You can't assume they're going to leave you a 5-star review. So again, if you have questions about this podcast or previous podcast, shoot me an email, michael@marketingluxurygroup.com. And for any upcoming trainings, we're going to be seeing more and more live trainings coming up in 2021 and beyond. You could always go to our main website, which is luxurylistingspecialist.com, luxurylistingspecialist.com. Click on the events tab and you'll see any upcoming trainings, as well as go to luxurydesignation.com. We have an upcoming training in May. It's going to be sick. It's going to be off the hook. It's going to be in Napa. It's going to be a live training. We're going to tour 3 mansions. We're going to have wine tasting. It's going to be our signature event. We're so excited about that. And you can go to luxurydesignation.com. All right. From time to time, I bring on various guests. Most of our guests, of course, are either top luxury agents or brokers, as well as key influencers when it comes to luxury. And then time to time, we bring someone on that's a service provider, as someone that we recommend that doesn't really specialize necessarily in luxury, but just helps real estate agents, whether it be agents that work with buyers or sellers or both. And today is one of those guests. So today I'm going to bring on Harry Keifer. He's with Achosa Home Warranty. Harry, how are you?
Great. How are you, Mike?
Good. Give everybody just a Cliff Note version about you and how your background. I know you came from a previous home warranty company. You can mention them or you don't have to, but talk to everybody about your background, and then we'll get right into some questions and answers that agents should be asking when interviewing service reps as to which home warranty company is best for them, as well as what consumers should be asking, or like the hidden little secrets that consumers should be looking for when interviewing home warranty companies.
Certainly. So hello, everybody. My name is Harry Keifer. Back in 2005, I started calling on the real estate industry, although I was in publishing with Network Communications at the time, and published a publication called The Real Estate Book across the country. And that's where I really began not only understanding real estate at the local level where I live, but I began to understand real estate from the local perspective throughout the country. Just enjoyed calling on the industry and real estate agents, brokers, the affiliates, and getting to know the affiliates. And in 2011, I entered the home warranty industry with a national traditional home warranty company, and just absolutely saw the good and the difference that can be made in people's lives with their one, if not the largest single transaction that they make to date at the time, and things that can go wrong, and being able to step in and alleviate some of that stress and cost associated with it. And in July of 2018, my business partner and I, after spending years in that traditional space, just felt like we could do it a little different, do it better, and offer a better claim experience for the homeowner, and stepped out and did it on our own.
And so fast forward, here we are today, 2021. Talk to me a little bit about your company. I mean, there's a lot of home warranty companies out there. I know you guys are currently in 15 states, soon to be 16.
15, yep.
There's a lot of home warranty companies out there, just like there's a lot of real estate agents out there. So what are some things that real estate agents should think of and ask when trying to figure out which home warranty company would be the best to recommend to their buyer clients or their seller clients?
Michael, I think it's the home warranty company that they believe is going to step up and provide the best service when the customer has something go wrong in the home. I think every home warranty company across the country offers phenomenal customer service when you're applying the check to the right property, when the check comes in from title. But where the rubber really meets the road for a homeowner is when something goes wrong, whether that issue happens on day 1 or day 365 or any day in between. What's that experience like? What's the process like? And am I going to get back up and running? I believe customer claim performance is exactly what homeowners are looking for.
So when you use the word customer claim performance, talk to me about customer claim performance, if you don't mind, in layman's terms.
Sure, certainly. So in many cases today, it's about speed for the homeowner getting back up and running. It's about the quality and the consistency of the communication between the homeowner and the service provider that is selected by the home warranty company. It is about safety, who's coming into the home. Today, as we're all dealing with hopefully the tail end of this pandemic, safety's taken a whole new meaning within the four walls of our home. I believe a homeowner, the breakdown's unexpected, but I believe they have very high expectations on the how and how soon they're going to be back up and running. To me, homeowners, again, when they care about that home warranty when they need that home warranty. It's homeowners insurance. I sleep at night better knowing that my home is insured in the unlikely event of an act of God of some sort. But really, home warranties, there's not much thought given to them from the homeowner until something goes wrong and they remember, wait a minute, my real estate agent negotiated a home warranty into this deal. And from that point moving forward, they're thinking about, when is my air conditioner going to be back up and running? It's 98 degrees, it's 102 degrees here. And I think that's when a lot of the competitors in the home warranty market start to move further away from one another, because we all perform at different levels there.
So home warranties, I've been selling real estate for over 20 years. And, when I represent a buyer, we just put a home under contract for a buyer. They're a move up buyer. They were buying a home in a price point that, definitely was their max. Their max price point was $650, and literally we went under contract at $645. So it definitely was at their max budget. So I negotiated in a home warranty. They didn't even ask for one, but I explained to them, why I did it, and it gave them some additional peace of mind. So that's a great tactic for a buyer's agent to include, ask for a home warranty. It gives you the peace of mind. So if something goes wrong in the first year, again, there's fine print with home warranties, what's covered, what's not covered, but it definitely gives, the buyer sense of value, as well as a real estate agent. Like, wow, I wasn't even thinking that. And you as my advocate, you as my consultant, my agent, advocated for me and asked for something that I didn't even know about. So that's a great technique. And that's a great ask for buyer's agents listening out there, is ask for a home warranty. Now, we know in a competitive market, you sometimes have to strip things down. In other words, you buy it as is, you're in multiple offers, you're trying to make it as simple as possible. Check, every state is different. That might be a value add that you can contribute to the closing. Again, check with your broker, every state is different. And then when you represent a seller, again, when you represent a seller, you're trying to differentiate your listing from the guy down the street. You're trying to differentiate your listing from the competition. So one of the ways you can do so, particularly when a lot of the mechanicals, right? So the major big ticket items that get red flagged on home warranties that scare buyers are, of course, roof, foundation, windows, but your HVAC system, right? Your heating, your ventilation, your air conditioner, these are all your appliances. These are all things that can scare a buyer from purchasing your home. And so if you can offer a home warranty, and sometimes you don't even offer it up front, but you offer it in negotiations. Maybe it's a lower offer, and get in negotiations. And that's a way to differentiate yourself as well. So Would you agree with that, Harry?
You're absolutely right. The systems, the major systems, the appliances, they don't know in the first 45 days that there's not a home warranty covering them. That water heater that goes out in week 3, it doesn't know if there's a home warranty on it or not. But the cost is certainly there, and a significant percentage of our claims in our industry happen in the first 45 days. It's something that very quickly we show value to a homeowner, and we push almost to 2 average claims per order per warranty. And so it's a high claims business. There's a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of value that comes back to the homeowner. Again, if that customer claim performance is performing at a level that's acceptable, like in your case, Michael, you have a brand, and you have a level of performance and expectations that you set for your clients that you're going to meet and you're going to exceed, and you want quality feedback from them on each one of those pressure points. We're the same way at Achosa. We are to perform in this part of the real estate transaction, and we're going to ask that question, on that scale of 0 to 10, 10 being most likely. How likely are you going to recommend us to a friend or a colleague? We participate in Net Promoter Scoring, and we're very proud of the score that we continue to post up, because homeowners giving very good feedback to real estate agents about how their claim went helps your brand, helps strengthen your brand. It, quite frankly, makes you feel more comfortable referring that home warranty again in the future.
Hi, it's Michael LaFido here with a quick break from the podcast. If you are committed to increasing your average sale price and you want to work smarter, not harder, then you want to check out luxurylistingspecials.com, where you'll find out more information about the Lux designation along with some additional resources. Again, I'll repeat, check out luxurylistingspecials.com. And now let's get back to the show.
Yeah, you bring up a great point. So that's some of our best practices, Harry, in this industry, just like one of my mentors, Dan Kennedy, said, take something that someone is successful doing, replicate it and make it your own. And Tony Robbins talks about that as well. But that scale of 1 to 10, that was a little nugget that you shared there. For those agents listening, whether you work with buyers or sellers, manage that client's expectations. So, Mr. Buyer, listen, at the end of our transaction, I'm going to ask you, hey, I'm going to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10. My goal is to be a 10, amazing customer service, be there, answer questions for you. So I'll check in with you, once in a while and just say, hey, how are we doing? I want to make sure that we're a 10, we get that 5-star review. Plant those seeds for referrals. I want to make sure we get a 10 so that if you hear someone thinking about buying or selling, or they need a second opinion, we got that 10 and we're top of mind awareness. So plant those little seeds throughout the transaction. And that will make sure that you're, when you do go through turbulence, because there is going to be turbulence in the transaction, that you'll look like that rock star. So interesting statistic you shared. So many times in the first 45 days, you'll get a claim as opposed to towards the end of the first year. So do you have some random statistics? I'm a big stat guy that you can share as far as what percent of people that go through that have a warranty, whether they purchased it or the seller offered it, end up putting a claim in?
Yeah, so I can speak for Achosa
Sure.
more than I can the industry. So we're averaging 1.9 claims per order.
Okay.
Certainly some orders, some homes don't have anything go wrong in the first 12 months. And then there's some that have 4, 5, 6 things go wrong. And one of the things, Michael, I will tell you, when you have a very strong customer claims process, as an example, ours is a 3-call claims process from beginning to end. We're averaging 3.3. So we give very little reason for a homeowner to have to call back in more than those original 3 times. When you have a very strong process, and in our case, we allow the homeowner to choose the vendor that comes into their home. So 100% of the licensed contractors in a market will do business with Achosa because the homeowner is the one contracting them to come in the home, and we are merely a second payer. In addition to that, we pay that vendor before they leave the home. So everybody walks away finished, fixed, back up and running, and paid. When you have a process that goes smoothly like that, you're more apt when the next thing that goes wrong to call that claim in also. If you have a very rough claims process on your first claim, you're not as likely to call that second claim in. The seller paid for it. It was too grueling the first time. We'll just self-insure this second problem, and you never contact that home warranty company for the balance of your contract again. So I think that's why we are averaging a little bit higher claims per order here. But listen, again, and I repeat myself, we're in this business for when something goes wrong in the home. That's the only reason why my part of this real estate, if we're in the transaction, exists, is when something goes wrong, we got to step up.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I love about your company is you as the homeowner get to choose the service provider that comes. So, for example, my wife and I recently moved, and we had some issues with our garage door openers, and it was really simple. I called your company, put in a claim, got a claim number, called my garage door guy. He got his set of eyes on it, and we conference called in with the claim number, and he verified that there was issues and put us on hold for a couple minutes, and it was approved, and he did the work, and voila. Versus a lot of these home warranty companies, I was always skeptical in the past. Like, they're going to send out the guy that's going to be difficult and over going to look things because he's taught not to find issues, because that's how my thought was. I'm skeptical by nature. And I thought, I don't really know this garage door opener guy. I really don't know this company. But with your company, you get to choose the licensed professional, which is a huge differentiator. That's a unique value proposition to your company.
Thank you.
Kudos to you on that. And you mentioned a 3-step process or 3 calls, and I think maybe I covered that, but talk to me about with your company how simple it is as 1, 2, 3, so to speak.
No, I'd love to, because that's our pitch. That's our sales pitch. I mean, the first call, when the homeowner is explaining the challenge, the issue that they're having with this system or appliance, we realize that, Michael, when you put them in their home, they didn't run home to read their home warranty contract on their first day of their dream home. And so we take a moment and we talk to them about the section within the terms and conditions that applies to that breakdown. In addition to that, also, as you pointed out, we're letting them know you get to choose your own vendor, and the process will go like this. You call back in with a diagnosis. We give you the approval to move forward. You call back in, third call, everything's fixed. We ask you to put the vendor on the phone, and then we settle up payment with the vendor before they leave. That's all explained to them in that first call. But what's really important, if you notice, is every expectation is set. They're given a clear understanding of the terms and conditions on just what's wrong at that time. We explain to them how it's going to work for their vendor in their next 2 calls. So before they ever have anybody enter into the home, they are fully aware of what the expectation is going to be. So quite frankly, Michael, in my industry, it's a lot easier to meet that expectation when you're the one setting it. And they're a part of that set. We hang up that phone, and email immediately goes where we've copy and pasted out of the terms and conditions, again, what's covered, because we want them to both hear it and see it. Second phone call, to your point, comes in, the diagnosis is given to us. In some cases, we do ask to have the vendor on the speakerphone. We do not speak with their vendor without you on the phone. We will speak with you without the vendor on the phone, but we don't speak with the vendor without you on the phone. It's a very transparent process. We want you to hear the questions that are being asked and the answers that are being given.
So let's role play that real quick. Not really role play, but let's just say the simplest thing. Hey, spring market, we got a hot day here. I turned my AC on first time in the house. The seller claimed it was working when I closed. The air conditioner isn't working. So I call you guys, say, hey, my air conditioner isn't working. Boom, you get a claim number. You say, hey, bring your AC guy out. My AC guy comes out. He looks at it and says, yeah, there's a couple issues. Okay, hold on. I gotta call the warranty company, and I'm gonna have you describe what it is you're seeing or what's missing or what's broke or whatever. And then we conference them in, call you guys with the claim number. It's as simple as that.
Simple as that. We before we let, especially if we are speaking to the vendor at the same time we're speaking to the homeowner, we let that vendor know we're going to pay you with our Visa card number, the amount that you've just discussed with us. As soon as the homeowner calls back and says everything is functioning and invoice in hand, and then we await that third phone call. Michael, and then everybody walks away and is happy. And
the third phone call is, hey, everything's working. He did the work. He's got to get paid.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
He's got to get paid.
One, two, three. And that's really...
So licensed contractors aren't waiting any period of time for their money. Homeowners aren't waiting on the vendor maybe to have to go across town to a regionalized warehouse to pick up a part or a replacement that's been purchased directly from the manufacturer. The homeowner has the ability, if that part's in the van, that part, they go get it, they're back up, they're running. So again, I talked to you, speed, transparency, safety. All of these we think is important today, and is only going to become more important as my children start buying homes and it's selling homes, and their children. We live in I had a person ask me the other day when they said, well, how do you describe Achosa? And I'm going through this, and they said, why don't you just say, when was the last time you held a taxi versus the last time you got on your phone, you brought a Lyft or an Uber right to you. And because that's what you're doing. Achosa is the Lyft and Uber of the home warranty world moving forward. And you're not homeowners aren't hailing taxis anymore. And I think that correlation does work for us. We hit the points that homeowners and real estate agents have said for years. This is where the pain is. We see the value in the home warranty, but sometimes the value doesn't reach the pain level or offset the pain level that we've went through. And the feedback we get is we've made that pain go away.
Well, that's key, right? So I get asked as an agent representing buyers, renters, sellers, hey, do you have a painter? Do you have this? Do you have that? The last thing I want to do is recommend a home warranty company. And it was a painful experience. They had to jump through 18 phone calls, bunch of hoops. The fine print says, oh no, whatever it might be. And so for me, knowing it's a simple sale, it's like, hey, listen, you get to choose whoever you is in your trusted Rolodex. That is a huge differentiator. So let's say somebody's watching this, listening to this, and they just bought a home. They had a client just move into a home. Can they get a warranty after they move in?
Absolutely, yes. So there's two options. If it's within 30 days and they want to pay, and this is predominantly true for the entire industry. Right. If it's within 30 days and they want to pay up front and they want real estate pricing, because Michael, as you know, you folks get preferred pricing in this industry for referring. They have the ability to do that, or if they want to pay out monthly, they can go through what we call our direct to consumer program, which can be bought at any time outside a real estate transaction. So yes, sir, there's options out there for both.
Okay, and then if is it just a year? Or do you have the option of extending and paying year after
12,
year?
12 months, 18 months, 24 months, 36 months, single family, townhome, condo, duplex, triplex, fourplex, swimming pool add-ons, mother-in-law suite.
Yeah, a lot of add-ons. Well and septic.
A lot of add-ons.
You could do well and septic. What about
you can tailor it to the home?
What I liked it for a year. I only signed up for a year, Harry, but it came in handy. Can I extend it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yes. And you'll start getting some correspondence on that 90 days out. And again, it's not intrusive, but just a reminder that it's there for you.
Very good. What if somebody wants to find out more about your company? If you're in 15, soon to be 16 states. I know you're about to launch in Kentucky. What's the best way to see if their state is it's an option for as a real estate agent or for their client?
Yep. So our website is www.achosahw.com, and that's ACHOSAHW.com.
Okay, AchosaHW.com. AchosaHW is in homewarranty.com. I interrupted you.
Yeah, I was just going to say, one of the things that we really pride ourselves on, and when you're like Michael, you're in Chicago, so in a very large metropolitan area like that, home warranty companies are recruiting every day for licensed contractors to be a part of their pool. Again, as I said to you, pretty easy for us because the homeowner gets to choose, so the entire pool is kind of open to Achosa. But when you start getting further out in your state, let's just say Rockford, for instance, Michael, in comparison to Chicago. Nobody in Rockford wants to wait for a licensed contractor to come out of the west suburbs out to Rockford. They want somebody closer, speed be a little bit quicker. But more importantly, we believe, especially in these secondary markets, they want their claims dollars to stay local. Mm-hmm. They buy local, and they want to, and in many cases, they do as much as they can for their local community. And so a lot of times real estate agents, you asked me to speak briefly to real estate agents. A lot of times real estate agents that aren't in metropolitan areas don't really believe home warranties work for them and their clients and their business. And I'm here to tell you, it certainly works for you when they can choose their own vendor that's right around the street or in the same neighborhood or within a mile or two of them. And those claims dollars with Achosa stay in that local community.
That's a great point. Real estate agents might be involved in the chamber. They might be part of a networking group. And Absolutely. If you can keep a referral in-house, so to speak, in other words, to somebody that you like and trust, I tell real estate agents all the time, the best way to get referrals is give referrals. Be an introducer. Be the person that introduces. And so, if you're not only bringing on, including a home warranty on your listing, or you're negotiating a home warranty when you represent a buyer, but you're also doing so where, you can remind your client, the buyer or seller, that, they can bring in their preferred vendor. That's great. Talk to me a little bit about seller coverage. So I'm a seller, I'm selling a home. What's the benefit for a seller to offer the warranty now, maybe pay for it now because seller coverage? What if something happens to the seller's furnace, AC, sump pump? Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so in the industry offers seller's coverage. Some companies charge a very, small amount that's transferred over to the invoice. Some companies, they do it for free. We are one of the companies that there's no cost to the seller. They only pay if there is a claim, and they pay a higher trade call fee, or a deductible would be a word many of you would resonate with. Okay. What's covered at Achosa, what's covered on the buyer's plan is also covered on the seller's plan. Michael, if you notice, we made it very simple. Our low plan and our high plan cover the exact same components. They're differentiated in coverage in three areas: the water heater, the air conditioner, and the heating system. And we did that because this needs to be easy for real estate agents. They don't need to worry about, is the refrigerator in this one, is the washer and dryer in this package. These are things you're real estate agents. I'm warranty. I stay in my lane. You do great in yours. And to make things simple. Same way with the seller's coverage. And what it does for the seller is, things go wrong for them too. And even though they've been maintaining things, you and I don't know when our car's going to break down. Right. If we did, we would get it fixed before it put us on the side of the road. Same way with your home. And it starts to bring a little bit of peace of mind to the seller. But more importantly, Michael, in my opinion, it starts the history on that home for that buyer that's coming in and purchasing the home. And the home warranty company, quite frankly, can't say it's a known pre-existing condition if the home warranty company had been insuring that home for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, up to the point of that sale. So it just starts to build this history, Michael, that benefits the buyer, in my opinion.
That's awesome. Well, hey, we're talking home warranties today. If you guys have any suggestions on topics or special guests, again, please shoot me a note, michael@marketingluxurygroup.com, michael@marketingluxurygroup. Harry from Achosa HW for home warranty, achosahw.com. Thank you so much for your time. Again, if you guys are looking to work smarter, not harder, and increase your average sale price, check out our designation, luxurylistingspecialist.com, Luxury Listing Specialist. And again, if you're getting value from today's episode or previous episodes, please leave us a like, leave us a review. Again, we're on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes. You can go to luxurylistingpodcast.com to listen to previous episodes. And if you want some swag, as we're getting into the season where you want to wear some luxury swag, some luxury gear, go to luxuryspecialistgear.com, luxuryspecialistgear.com. My name is Michael LaFido, and you guys are great. Keep raising the bar in real estate and continue to prove others wrong.